Hi Leo, welcome to Higher Source Tarot for your February 2024 Tarot and Oracle card reading. This is a reading for all Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. We will do a Celtic cross style reading today. I do post new readings every Friday, then again on Monday. Fridays are always a general reading. Mondays are a different style every week. All right, let's begin here. What advice do you have for Leo, please? What does Leo need to know, please, for the, let's let that come out, best and highest good of all involved with Leo? All right. We will lay out the cards here. I'm going to pull a Sacred Destiny card. These have already been shuffled. And if you don't mind hitting the like button, I sure appreciate it. Oh, I like this one. Just so that way the reading gets into the algorithm and people will see it. Interesting, you have the Two of Cups flutter out. You have the Three of Cups in the current situation. It's covered by the Four of Wands. You have the Seven of Wands in your subconscious, the Seven of Cups in the distant past, the Star in the more recent past. The Knight of Pentacles coming towards you. You are represented by the Two of Wands. The person or situation you're attracting is represented by the Empress. You have the Nine of Pentacles in your hopes and fears. And the King of Swords in the outcome. Well, I definitely feel like you have communication and a decision. But I also want to tell you with what you're attracting, you've got a nice blend and balance between that King of Swords, which is very no nonsense, and the Empress, which represents love. So I definitely feel like there is, if it's a matter of the heart, I do see you getting down to business, moving things forward. But I also want to say if it's been something with money that's taken a long time and it just seems like there's this, okay, let's see what this is too. I might as well before I get going so far. And it's taken a long time. I do see that as moving forward. So interestingly enough here, you've got a Two of Cups with a Tower punchline in the Lovers here. So if you are in a breakup, and that's what the deal is here with the Four of Swords, Three of Cups in the middle, I do see you as getting back together. They're saying it's worth it. Now, others of you, you have a soulmate coming in. You definitely have that. If you had some kind of a turning point in your life, especially, maybe you got sober, or you had a job, that was ruling your life that you're no longer at. You've had even a big move. I feel like whatever the Tower is, it's always for your best and highest good. Now, I want to tell you, you had this card of simplicity with this beautiful white feather just floating down. And so I feel like you're going to head into times that are in some ways simpler, less complicated. If things have been overly complicated and it just seems like you could not get to a resolution if you paid someone, I feel like with this is where things are going to be lighter. See how that feather is just floating with the clouds? Things will feel lighter, easier, better, easier to navigate for sure. So back to this. So we have here Gemini. We've got Aquarius, and it appears that we have four major arcana. Well, I'm telling you what, with this one, the Tower is a breakdown for a breakthrough. So whatever was keeping you, holding you back, whether it's for a bigger reason like your divine life purpose, finding a true match in career, it had to go. The universe will do for us what we will not do for ourselves in some instances. And when you have a deep desire and a strong request, the universe will answer you. And sometimes the universe does it in a way that's challenging. And we go, oh my God, did you have to take this route? Wasn't there an easier, softer way we could have done? But with that Two of Cups, they're bringing in your real heart's desires. And of course, with the Lovers, the Archangel Raphael is the matchmaker of the tarot. So even if this is about moving or a love relationship, they're trying to bring you along a match. That's what this is all about. Let go to receive. Or as I always say with the Tower, if you listen to this channel a lot, you're going to hear this coming. Let go or be dragged. The Tower is always moving in your favor. So it is, that lightning bolt is also too, the universe knocking off the crown of the ego. But I want to tell you with this, with the Tower, if there's something that you knew was going to happen and you didn't take care of it, the universe, again, will do it for you. And sometimes that's the challenge in the whole thing. So I definitely feel like you're bringing in better times ahead. Now, I sure do like this. I see this, but I also get this with it too. I mean, in terms of better times ahead. It's like you've got it all. There's wish fulfillment here. There's a perfect match. And there's the path to the heart. And you're attracting the path to the heart. So whatever it is that you've asked for, you're on the right track here, Leo. So into this, whoops, here we go. And I actually know where these go, which is nice. Now, before I go on, I have to point this out. The star comes right after the tower, and that was by design. Okay, so I do feel like if you've had some challenge, they're trying to say that the star is you being plugged in. It's you bringing in really what your heart desires. There is a purpose to this. There is a method to the madness. So I definitely feel like, especially with the Empress and the star and the positions that they're in, you're going to be very, very happy with the outcome. And I just don't see you looking back. Now, with the Four of Swords and the Three of Cups here, I will tell you, with all this loving energy, this lovey-dovey energy, for some, that Four of Swords, if you're not on speaking terms with somebody, I do see a reconciliation. And I know that's not for everyone, okay? But that Four of Swords is all about getting back to center. It's a discipline card. It's a card that brings an order to a chaotic world, into a chaotic life. And especially, too, if your heart has been bruised, as we talk about this a lot, but life can be very painful. And so we can, as human beings, get into this tendency to have two of us. The brain takes the day shift, the heart takes the night, and we are opening and closing our heart like an accordion because life hurts so much. And we say, I can't keep it open right now. That was too much. So this is you getting open again. Now, if it's not whatever ended with the tower, I do feel like it was challenging. I can't say it's not. So if it was a job or it's a relationship and you're asking about even new love, with that Three of Cups, you're bringing in blessings. That's a time of celebration, of appreciation. It is reunion, so I don't want to discount that for our reconciliation people out there. But I do want to tell you with this, it's better times ahead, but it all begins with you. It all begins with that Four of Cups kind of energy and getting things more back into order, getting your life, your mind, your heart into order there. So the Seven of Wands is in your subconscious. The only thing I'd be a little careful with this that I don't love about it is that in the subconscious, it's sort of this forceful, driven energy. And so what it will do is cause situations that you'll come out on top, but with force. And it's like, oh, we don't really want to have to, push against, and then you'll get your way, but it's still difficult. And so the path that you're on right now with these two together, you have the power to change this inside of yourself. The cards are symbolic. The cards are sacred, and there are wisdom in these cards, but they also can give you information. So if you say, I don't really want the harshness of this, I'd like to soften it a little bit. So that gives you the guidance so that you can do that. But this is in your subconscious. So again, it is victory and triumph, but it's with a lot of follow through. So I feel like too, with the Knight of Pentacles, you have it there too. So if you're in the place too of any kind of a move or a contract or even things at work, keeping good records, and that may help you so that it will move that Knight of Pentacles along. And that way it's not so much of a force, as you've got what you need. You've got emails, you've got records, like we said. And so with this, I feel like it is about moving forward ultimately. That's what it has to do with. So your life is expanding. Now in the distant past, you have the Seven of Cups, analysis paralysis. And it's a complicated energy because there's good here, but there's also things, perilous pitfalls. There's also too can be snakes in your midst. And I feel like this has generated that Seven of Wands. Some experience you had has you maybe a bit guarded. I just keep getting that, Leo. So I feel like they're trying to tell you it's time to open up a little bit. It's time to put a pin in this. It's time to be done with this chapter. And so with the Seven of Cups energy here, in the past, it's definitely representative of a mix of things. Like I said, you had I feel like some positive things around you, but you also had, I feel like, a snake or somebody who wasn't completely honest with you. So the Star is going to bring better times ahead. Now, this is also a card too of manifesting. It is a card of wish fulfillment. And so when you see this, know that you have much, much better times ahead. I'm trying not to keep the cards so close to the camera. I did a little review on a computer and realized how close they are if you're watching this on a computer screen. So anyway, back to this. It's being in flow though. So meditate, quiet the mind, and take good care of yourself. Do things that bring joy to your life. Do things that bring you into a place of just having an unshakable faith. And from there, out you go, and you'll find that what you attract is a match. It's people, places, things that are in the same flowing energy. So if you did go through something challenging with the Tower, if it was a job loss or a relationship that you never thought would end, you've got the Yods of the Tower, those little droplets coming in, saying that those are actually gifts. Sometimes we get gifts disguised as bombs in our life, and we go, God, you couldn't have done this some other way. But with the star energy, it's saying that it's like that calm after a tornado, or, which I shouldn't say that because those often have a calm before them. I've been in them before. But, you know, afterwards when you go, God, we're all still standing here, whatever it is. With this, there's an energy inside of you, a vibrant energy that you will be attracting people like crazy. And what I really feel like you're attracting in terms of a relationship is an Empress. Now, understanding that this can be male or female, okay, there's no gender in the tarot, but what you're attracting is somebody with such a kind and gentle spirit. But they also, too, because the Empress is very creative energy and she lives in luxury, it's not like they are without personality, okay? It's somebody who's got they're very dynamic person, but I do feel like ultimately you might find that they've got a little bit more easygoing energy about the small stuff, okay? They're not going to come home and tell you how much they hate their coworkers or what other problem they had during the day. It's just not who they are. It's like they kind of are able to just let that stuff go, you know, and just see it as life. They've got a really nice, I feel like a really nice perspective on things that happen in the day-to-day so that it just doesn't get bigger. And so with the Knight of Pentacles here, this is coming towards you. This Knight of Pentacles is like your guardian angel of finance. Okay, this is wonderful to have here. The only thing that people tend to not love about it is this one doesn't like to move all that fast. And so with this Knight of Pentacles, know that the job will get done correctly. You will be in a place too where you'll find everything has been figured out in great detail and has a backup plan. So again, it may be about you, like I said, keeping good records of things. But either way, this is a sign that the universe and people around you are going to be watching out for you in every way. And if it's a relationship, this is the great protector. So like I said, you have somebody who's easygoing, but it's not like they're, you know, out to lunch and just accept anything. They have this. They would rather, it's like if they're going to get into a conflict, it's going to be worth it. It's going to be worth their time. They don't waste their time on petty nonsense. But with this, this is wise action, okay? So as far as things moving forward, it's meticulous in terms of details, but it's also about putting people first. So I definitely feel like you're going to find people honor their commitments in this energy, and they're very, very helpful. So you're represented here by the Two of Wands. It's time to expand, Leo. With this Two of Wands, your life is about to get more varied and rich and deeper, but I also want to say if you are planning a move, here you go. This is the card that says it's time. And so with this Two of Wands energy, it's the card of the visionary. So set your intentions, be aware of what you want, and don't skimp in the asking. We oftentimes box ourselves into what we think would be easier manifestations. Like, that's going to be too difficult. It's too many moving parts. Well, what you're attracting here is the Empress. So we've talked about her a bit. But this is a card of great creativity. It is the card, too, of fertility. So if you're pregnant or you've got somebody pregnant or you're looking for a baby, here you go. This is a yes. It is a card, too, of spring. So for some of you, March may be a pivotal month. I know we're getting into February, but I'm telling you what, it's going to keep getting better and better. The Nine of Pentacles, here you got the luxury card. You got luxury here twice. So you might find, too, that you don't have much of an appetite for cheap stuff, that you just kind of pass by it and it doesn't bother you. You know, if you've ever listened to Caroline Myss, she talks about people being stuffologists. Here's where you say, well, if I am, it's going to be worth the money. I'm just not going to. And it's not a lack, okay? There's something about this. She also, too, stands in a small paradise. So if you're asking about a job as well, I do feel like you have a positive information here about money coming in. So if it is a job offer, There's going to be more money even than you expected. But with the King of Swords here, delivering the outcome, this is very rational. So nothing's confusing. Whatever you're asking for or about is going to move forward in a very straightforward way. There's no confusion here, and there's total clarity. Now, I know he's a bit unemotional, but you have enough other cards here to balance that out that I feel like it's just more of being straightforward and giving you a, yes, this is moving along kind of energy. It's very black and white too. So let's see here. What else the Fortune Oracle wants to tell you. You've got the Unicorn. Success, hope, freedom, healing, and magic are all available to you if you just believe. All right, that looks pretty good. We love that. So especially if unicorns are your spirit animal, and this is from the Whispers of Love. All right, you have here, get to know each other, learn to meet another's need for love, and we're going to take this one too. The Union of Hearts, a love connection defies explanation. So again, you do have love here. Good things are on the way for you, Leo. I love you, and I'll be back again soon.